Good morning, Knicks Nation. Today is Thursday, the 26th day of October, 2023. I hope this morning finds you safe and healthy. And I hope the needs of you and your family in terms of food, shelter, clothing, and health are being met today. Double blessings and extra prayers for the people in Maine. Some maniac shooter went and killed over 20 people and wounded 50 or 60 more. They're still looking for him. Prayers for the people there. Blessings also upon those that work in the healthcare field, along with the first responders who are now treating people in Maine and do it every day and all over the country and the world. Blessings upon those that pick up garbage for us to keep streets and sidewalks and highways clean and disease free. And those also that make deliveries for our convenience. Double blessings on the men and women out here trying to help rescue, deliver, and recover the teenagers and children that are the victims of child molestation and pedophilia. The victims also of pornography and child pornography. The victims of prostitution and child prostitution. The victims of human trafficking and sex slavery. Double curses on all the perpetrators, all the profiteers, and all the perverts that work in this industry. Finally, blessings upon those that are homeless. There are nearly 600,000 men, women, and mostly children homeless in the United States of America and millions around the world in similar or worse conditions. Blessings upon them, for theirs is the kingdom. So, last night there was a basketball game in Madison Square Garden. The New York Knicks lost a very close game to the Boston Celtics, 108-104. The thing is, I want to say, I know they lost the game, but it was a great game. Number one, it was a great game. Overall, the Knicks took Boston's best shot, and we're right there. This ain't the last Boston will be hearing from the New York Knicks. The game was basically lost at the foul line. You can't miss, you can't go 14 of 26 from the foul line in the NBA and expect to win. Okay, so that's where the game was lost. There was a lot of little mistakes, mental errors, this and that, blah, blah, blah. But overall, Kristaps Porzingis came out and played as good as you can expect from Kristaps Porzingis. And then, of course, the addition of Drew Holiday defensively, that showed. Then, of course, there's the superstar, Jason Tatum, that did his thing. I mean, he had Grimes draped all over him on a couple of shots, and it was from deep three, and he still hit it. There are guys that are that good. That's why they are superstars. That's why they are all NBA first team. That's Jason Tatum. Okay, and so so the Knicks took all that, took their best shot from Boston, and was still hanging around. And I knew from the first two quarters, every time Boston would stretch the lead, Knicks come back within 5. Knicks kept coming back within 5. And in the NBA, the team that's behind, I don't care what team it is, they're always going to make a run. Okay, that's the league. That's the way the league works. Now, the teams that are not so good, they make a small run, and then the better team just stretches out the lead. But all teams make a run at some point. It's the league. Everybody's good. And so I knew the Knicks were going to make a run. And they did. And they took the lead in the fourth quarter. Now, I don't think it's coincidental that when they took the lead, Quentin Grimes and Emmanuel Quickly were playing key roles down the stretch. And I don't think it's also a coincidence that when Tibbs took Quentin Grimes out, the lead shrunk. Okay? But that's a side point. But those two kids need to play together a lot more. And I think they will. Okay? What I saw last night from Quickly, see, there are players that have good games, okay? People have good games. RJ had a decent game. He was 8 for 20 from the field, so it wasn't like he was real efficient, but he was real good from the foul line. He shot 86% last night from the foul line, RJ Barrett. So, which is what we're looking for from him, okay? That's better than what I'm looking for. If we can get 80%, 75, 78, that'd be good. He shot 86% from the line last night. So, RJ did his thing from the line. The rest of the team, and that's where the game was lost. Now, to say that is to show you how closely matched these two teams was. Okay. Now, Brunson and Randall both had terrible shooting games. especially Brunson. Randall had a bad shooting game, but what I liked about what I saw from Julius, tough defense, okay, hustle, all right, and he was missing shots that he would normally hit. But one thing about him, I don't think he forced one shot last night. Everything was in the flow. Okay. And I'm going to tell you something. He's going to get better during the course of this season. Okay. Brunson, though, Brunson was missing shots that Brunson would normally hit. I mean, he was missing stuff that he would normally hit. Now, you got to give credit to the Boston defense. They played, again, the top tier teams play top tier defense. Defense wins championships. What I keep trying to tell some of y'all that ain't getting it. You keep looking for offense. Defense wins championships. Okay? With all that went on last night, with Tatum going off, with Kristaps Porzingis going off, they won the game. That is Boston. Aside from the Knicks missing the free throws, they won the game on the defensive end. Okay? At the end of the game, getting stops when they needed to get stops. That's how you win championships. And that's how the Knicks are built. Yes, they lost the game last night. They did. But I want to tell you something. I was proud of my Knicks last night. And yes, I'm very hopeful going forward. Now, they got a tough stretch coming up. They got Atlanta Friday in Atlanta. And then they got back-to-back. And it's New Orleans Saturday night in New Orleans. So, it's a tough stretch. But we knew that coming in. But I'm not worried about it. I just feel like they're going to get better. I know they're going to get better. And we talked about this before the season. Typically, Thibodeau teams start slow. And I'm not even saying, I wouldn't even consider last night a true slow start. Okay, they play in Boston. Boston has picked, and I'm not exaggerating when I say, many people picked Boston to win the chip this year. And many people picked them to win the East. And I think just about universally in basketball, NBA land, everybody's picking them top two in the East. So we're dealing with one of the top teams in the East with everybody healthy, with Kristaps Porzingis rolling on all cylinders. Kristaps Porzingis played like 38 minutes last night. You ain't going to see that a lot. I'm going to tell you right now. Okay? You ain't going to see that a lot. He played 38 minutes last night. Okay? He's still KP, but I'm saying he's not going to play more than 70 games in the season. Okay? That's just him. But he pulled out everything for the Garden last night, and the Knicks was right there. Okay? And I'm going to tell you something else. I know what everybody's talking about. They got to get past Boston, Milwaukee. Let me tell you something. Come April, that's when you want to be playing your best basketball. Come April, that's when the Knicks with Tom Thibodeau traditionally play their best basketball. Even in the 37-45 season, they play their best basketball March, April, and May. Okay? And let me tell you something else. I'm not scared of nobody in the East. If y'all Knicks fans, real Knicks fans, and what you saw last night, they lost the game at the foul line. If they would have hit 6 of the 12 foul shots they missed, they win the game. Okay? So I'm not worried about nobody. I'm not worried about Milwaukee. I'm not worried about Boston. I'm not worried about Cleveland. I'm not worried about Miami. I'm not worried about nobody in the East. The Knicks could beat anybody in the East. They can. Okay? Y'all ain't seen the best of them yet. When they start, because I was watching Dante DiVincenzo last night. He's not in the flow yet. But when he get in the flow, and I'm going to tell you something about Emmanuel quickly. What you saw last night, you're going to see that all year. That's going to be quick, all year. That's not just that he had a great game last night. That's him, okay? This is him taking the next step. That's what I'm saying. Love RJ. See, some of y'all are so sensitive about RJ. Oh, you got to cut RJ some slack. Y'all need to calm down. RJ still got steps to take going forward, definitely. And he going to make them. But Quick's already there. What you just saw last night was the next iteration of Emmanuel Quickly. That's what I'm saying. I will do what it takes to keep that kid. Him and Grimes, we got some studs right here. Okay? Grimes only took 7 shots, 11 points. He was like 4 of 7, some craziness. 3 threes. Ridiculous. Okay? So efficient is ridiculous. And then he's guarding Jason Tatum all night. All NBA first team. Guarding him all night. Okay? Between him and Dante and Emmanuel Quickly. Now, Jason Tatum went off. Let me tell you who did not go off. Jaylen Brown. See? Just like you got to give credit to Boston's defense about how bad Julius and Jalen shot the ball. Look at Jalen Brown's stat. Okay. And Mitchell Robinson is moving better than I've ever seen him move. Yes, he only had 6 boards, but you could see he was a force on both ends of the floor without scoring and didn't get a lot of rebounds. But the way he's moving, you see more energy, more spring in his step. I'm liking this team. I liked it before the season. I told y'all top 4 in the East, top 6 definitely 50-win season. I'm sticking with that. We're going to be good. Just in terms of the continuity, the team is much more comfortable. I'm not expecting it to take 30 games for them to get, clicking, maybe 20. But yeah, and the harshness of the schedule, the 9 games on the road out of the first 14 is actually good for the Knicks. This puts them on their toes. This tests them early. This gets them clicking. It's gonna be good for the Knicks. So keep your chin up. Don't jump off bridges and stuff. Your team played good last night. They went toe to toe with the heavyweight champions supposed to be. They went toe to toe with them last night. They was right there. But we're gonna get better. We're gonna be there. They ain't seen the last of the Knicks. Y'all enjoy your Thursday. Shalom.